What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Married to Medicine Season 9, Episode 8. So the ladies are back from Vegas. And we see that Karen and Anila are getting ready for her mom, or her parents actually, to move in. Because she just can't be bothered to take care of her own children. And she needs a nanny. But she don't have time to find somebody that she trusts. So she trusts her mom. Now, Karen, who is a good husband, he really ain't trying to have his mama-in-law move in, but he said, okay, if this is what we need to do, we'll do a trial run. Now, I ain't never seen a trial run that don't have no end date, but baby, that's between the two of y'all. So they got a trial run. Then Karen said, we're going to come up with some commandments. We're going to come up with some rules, and we're going to fashion them in the way of the 10 commandments. And I mean, it was real basic stuff like clean up behind yourself, put your food away, wash your hands before you eat. Like, I didn't feel like it was stuff that was like over the top ridiculous. And Anila is like, my mama ain't gonna do none of that. Her parents showed up with all 20 of their suitcases, and her mama took them rules and tore them up and threw them away in his face and told him, y'all are the kids, we are the parents, y'all don't give us no rules. I said, Karen, you a better one than me. Yep, you are a better one than me. But neither here nor there, child. Neither here nor there. That's what Anila got going on over at her house, child. Her mama that moved in. With her parents. Now over to the Toya's house. We found out that her son went to a little sleepover while she was in Vegas. And he was accused of stealing. Now, they feel like the son handled it, but Toya wanted Eugene to come and talk to his son about the situation. I feel like they were trying to say that they thought it might have been a little racially motivated, but then at the end they said, well, we don't necessarily think this was racially motivated, so I feel like there might have been other black kids at the party, so maybe not so much that they singled him out, but Toya was like, this is why I became a housewife. Girl, what? So my kids wouldn't have to be around other children. So you became a housewife so your kids could stay home and not be around other kids? Like, that's not reasonable. That's not even realistic. You know, you're not homeschooling them, so they're going around other kids every damn day. Anyway, she seemed to be disappointed in how Eugene handled it. Like, I saw Eugene talk to the son, tell him he appreciated the way it was handled. And, you know, unfortunately, this type of thing happens. And, you know, we know that, especially when it comes to little black kids, something like that could turn into a really serious situation. And so he praised his son for how he handled it and let him know, you ever feel like you're in a bad situation, you let us know, let the adults handle it, you know, that kind of thing. But Toya just seemed to be a little irritated with what Eugene said or what he didn't say. I'm not really sure what she wanted from him in that moment. So then we see Dr. Heavenly meeting up with Dr. Jackie, and she is giving her menopause kit, and letting her know that her test came back, but this is what's going on, baby. You in menopause. Here go some things and the things and the things. And then she tells her about the O shot. She said, girl, I really want to give you this O shot. Now, the O shot is where you take the blood from one part of the body and you shake the blood up and then you inject it into the vagina, and it's supposed to like rejuvenate and get you all tingly and like have you wanting, you know, to jump on your man. And so this is a new business. Like at the end of, look, let me tell y'all something. Dr. Jackie absolutely knows how to take her products and market them on this show. She uses this show for exactly what this show is supposed to be used for. Every season, Jackie is selling something. She got books. She got beauty products. She got whatever, okay? She's already one of the top OBGYN probably on the East Coast, but we damn sure know in Atlanta, okay? And it's interesting that, so basically this O shot is a new technique that she's probably added to her repertoire at her clinic, something she offers. And so she's using this as an opportunity to sort of market it. So she tells Heavenly that she wants to have like an old party, you know, where she had the ladies come over and she get them all O shots, you know. And then kind of see where it goes. And it's funny because that's exactly what Jackie said at the end. She said, see, they're going to go home and their husbands are going to thank me. I said, see, that's what this is all about. But I ain't mad at you, Jackie. That's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. This show You supposed to be taking this show and using the show the way this show is using you. And Jackie is one of the people. If I were to like create like a Mount Rushmore of reality TV of people who have been able to take this platform and use it to their ability, she up there. Like, she's definitely up there. Anyway, so we also unfortunately find out that Heavenly's mom is dying. Heavenly has to put her mom in hospice, and hospice means basically that the end of the road is near. She had to do a do not resuscitate order on her mom, and so she's a little emotional about it, but you know, Heavenly is kind of keeping a strong front. So Simone had a dinner party where she invited, it was Simone, Cecil, Dr. Heavenly Damon, and Contessa and her husband. And at first they were just talking about relationships and marriage, because of course they're getting ready for this book. So they're talking about all the great things about marriages and being in relationships. Now, first of all, I'm going to say this. Most of the time, Contessa, I done told you how I feel about your wig sometimes. But usually your makeup, but I don't know who did your makeup that night, but it was not okay. Whoever did your makeup that night, it was not okay. I don't know what. Moving on. So we're having the dinner party, and at a certain point, Damon starts talking about the difference between men and women when it comes to how they resolve conflict. And he was like, the thing about the women is that sometimes y'all say stuff and y'all cross lines. And then, you know, you cross those lines and you can't cross back. And then, you know, you also say things that go straight, you know, somebody will tell you something, and then the next time you see them, you use their vulnerability as going for the jugular. Now, they were like, are you talking to your husband? I mean, you talking to Heavenly? You talking to your wife? He was like, I'm talking to everybody. And let's be clear, Heavenly is guilty, but everybody on that show is guilty. They have all done what Heavenly did. Everybody just don't have a YouTube channel. But all of them have gone on Twitter and talked shit about each other. All of them have reacted to what they saw on the show. All of them have gotten into arguments and threw stuff in each other's face that they said at a different place. Like, Heavenly is not alone in this. And I think that's all Damon was saying. Damon was like, I'm not pointing at any one person. I'm saying the reason why the guys can get over stuff is because we know where the line is, and we don't cross it. So Contessa, my thing is, a hit dog will holler, because he never said anybody in particular. He said in general, but yet Contessa kept acting like he was coming at her and he was making it about her. And she was like, well, I mean, I guess I'm a man then, because that's what I would rather. Like, I don't like that. I would rather somebody just come at me. You know, I'd rather us get down and wrestle and be over with than for. And I was like, girl, first of all, he ain't talking about just you. He's talking about everybody on the show. He's talking about all of y'all. So then Damon was like, so Contessa and Heavenly got to arguing. Damon was like, please stop, please stop, please stop. So they finally stopped, and he was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Now, this time he was talking to his wife. He was like, how many times did I ask you to stop, but y'all kept going? To me, that's disrespectful. Now, in that moment, I felt like he was talking to Heavenly. He wasn't talking to nobody else's wife. He was talking to his wife. Like, I asked you to stop, and you didn't stop. So then Dr. Damon, he said, I'm going to say something, and I know, you know, it's going to probably, you know, y'all really not going to like it. So then he said, I really hate, it hurts me to my core that you and Heavenly are going through this bullshit. Contessa was like, it's not bullshit. He was like, it is though. Like, really it is. And before he could really finish, because I feel like what he was saying was, this is bullshit because this is something y'all can resolve. Y'all were really good friends. Y'all really need to find a way to bring this back around and come back to me. Like, I feel like that's the road he was going down. But Contessa immediately took it as, but it's just bullshit. She was like, no, because I was really hurt. And da-da-da-da-da. So then, here go, Dr. Heavenly starts arguing again. Baby Damon was like, all right, I'm out. He started dapping up Cecil. Thank you so much. He was like, I'm not doing this. Now, I feel like Damon, I think I said this before. Damon seemed like the type of person that he cool while he cool, but baby, when he blow, and I feel like that's why he doesn't get upset much, because I feel like when he gets angry, I feel like he like the Hulk. Like, it is ugly. It is scorched earth, and he was like, but he was mad. Like, that's probably I think it might have been only one other time I saw that much emotion from Dr. Damon. Damon was pissed. And he was mad at Heavenly. Because she got up and was like, you see what he was like, nah, it ain't them. No, you too. I asked you to stop and you won't stop. And she knew, at that point, she shut up. Now, they left. And Cecil even tried to talk to Damon and was like, man, just extend some grace to your wife. They got a lot going on. And Damon was like, I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that. Now, Contessa is in the house talking about something. He ain't going to check me. We got the same credentials. We make the same money. Who he trying to check? And I'm thinking, at what point was he checking you? He was talking about both of y'all. He was talking about the whole group. He never said Contessa. But in my mind, I guess a hit dog will holler. Because Simone didn't get offended. She didn't feel like he was talking to her. It was just in general. And yeah, a lot of stuff he said could apply to Heavenly. But it could apply to y'all too. Stop playing. Child. Anyway. So then Dr. Heavenly had her Jackie had her old party, child. Now, Heavenly didn't come. She called and she was like, she's just having a bad day. That's the day she had to sign to do not resuscitate. Her mom is not doing very well. She was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. But the rest of the ladies showed up. Anila brought her mama. Now, let me say this. If you got one of them cool mamas that think that will go along with it and be like, oh, this sounds like fun. This seems cool. Yada, yada, yada. That's one thing. But if you know your mama is a stick in the mud and your mama ain't going to be cool with this and your mama this ain't cool with her, why would you bring her? Child, Anila mama told her she couldn't get the shot. And Anila ain't get the shot. I said, Lord. But then they were talking about what happened at the dinner party. And Quad swung in and defended her friend. I said, you better defend your friend, Quad. Because Contessa was like, Heavenly she just lost it. Heavenly is just off. She was just off. And Quad was like, you know why Heavenly is off? You know why Heavenly, went left? Because her mother is dying. Her mother may not make it through the week. She literally is dying right now. So yeah, Dr. Heavenly might have been off. She might have went left. But she got a lot going on. So Contessa told myself, well, I just want us to say some prayer. Can we just say a word of prayer right now for her? So child, they prayed. Everybody got their old shot except for Anila. And I'm interested to see what the husbands got to say. I don't think they will tell us. But I would be very interested to see what the husbands got to say about this old shot, honey. Anyway, that was the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.